Oh, I see
Okay.
it. Mine's at 99. Oh, it's fluctuating.
Okay. Let's see here. I think we're going to go live on Instagram. Okay, there we go. Now, let's see. I hope that folks can see us. Let's see. Hello, everyone. I think we're going to be live in just a second, or we're
Hello.
probably already live.
I'm gonna
Let's
check
see
too.
who we've got. Okay, let's see. And our
Angel.
orientation.
Okay. I don't see you live on Instagram. On my Insta,
Okay,
I don't know why. Let me go on
okay. Let's
YouTube. Angel. Siva Health. Okay.
Instagram.
Um, so no, I don't think so yet.
Okay,
Or at
hold
least what I
on.
see, maybe my.
Let's see
Okay.
on
You are
how
on
are we
YouTube.
how are we on YouTube? Okay, are we
You're
side by
there on
side on
YouTube.
YouTube?
Oh, let me see.
I think we are.
Thank you for your patience, everyone.
Yes.
We are, well, Angel mostly is our tech team. We are. Yes.
Okay. So I just want to be
Yep.
sure that we can
And
see
then
the two of
Instagram.
us.
So yeah, I don't see that on Instagram, but
Okay. Yep,
at the
we're going to
very
go live
least.
on Instagram here. Go live. Okay. And
Yep. There you go. I see it.
all right. Now the question is, can you see? I wonder if viewers can see the both of us because my layout looks a little off
Okay,
on
let me
my
see.
view.
It looks different on Instagram. May I show you?
Yes. Oh
So you see
boy.
our shoulders.
Okay.
But
So, folks, we need to change our layout. Oh boy. Hmm.
on YouTube, we're side by side,
Okay.
not on Instagram.
Yeah. Hmm. All right, folks. I have to figure out how to put us our orientation differently. And if you'll just give me a second,
You're a
um,
miracle worker. I know it'll work out.
I'm gonna try. I'm going to try. Oh no. Okay, let's see. Visual. All right, people, give us a second. Let's see. All settings. Yikes. I am sorry, good people. I am trying to get
Not
us
yet.
top and bottom presentation.
Oh, wow. Hi, Magenta. One of my friends, our friends,
Yay.
waved at us.
Okay. I'm so sorry with the
We're working on getting
presentation.
the
The top and
display of us,
bottom.
yes,
Yeah.
different. So
Yeah.
thanks for your patience, everyone.
Yep. Oh, Mariah,
Angel.
default.
It'll work out. It'll work out.
Always a thing.
And honestly, isn't this a good kind of natural occurrence, right? Things may
Right.
not always go our way,
Yeah, things
but
don't
you have to
always go
smile
our way.
and encourage each other through
Yep.
that process. And I'm
Yes.
rooting for you, Angel.
Okay, I'm trying. I'm trying. All settings. Design. Recording.
Oh, hi, Kayla.
Okay. If you
Okay, let me
I'm
see.
sorry, folks. We're trying to get ourselves top and bottom. We've got one layout on YouTube and then we've got one layout on Insta. So if
Yeah.
you're able to join us on YouTube, that would
Mm-hmm.
probably be really awesome so that you
Yeah.
can see us side by side. I am really
Yes.
sorry. There's something with a setting here.
And let me see. So on YouTube, what you'll type in is just Siva Health Group. Or is it, excuse me, what is your Healthy House Calls with Angel?
Yep. So you'll just go
That's
to
what they should.
YouTube. Yep.
Okay.
YouTube.com/@ Siva Health Group. So it's
Yes, it is Siva Health Group.
youtube.com.
Okay.
Yep. / Siva Health Group. So I'm going to figure this out for our next third Thursday's live podcast, Soil,
Oh,
Soul, and
wait, let me
Spirit.
see. Siva Health. I'm just putting this in the Instagram.
Yep.
Siva Health Group on YouTube with
Yeah, folks, we're just trying
great.
to get that top and bottom. Unfortunately, there are two different layouts. There's a top and bottom on YouTube, side by side on YouTube, and there's a top and bottom on Instagram. So we apologize if the visual is off here. So if
Yes.
you'd like to just join us, and I'll just keep calling this out,
Yes.
youtube.com / Siva Health Group, you'll be able to see us side by side. Okay, so
Yes.
we'll have that figured out for the next episode. Thank you so much. Yay.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Thank you for your patience.
Thank you for your patience, everyone. Yep, and it's Angel Shannon, as you can see. Thank you first and foremost for spending your Thursday evening with us, with
Yes.
Mariyah and I. We are so excited, and I think you're going to see how excited we are. Our energy works so well together when we talk about all the
Truly.
things, but when we talk about plants, it just, and nature, it just is off the hook. So please welcome my co-host in this effort of Soil, Soul, and Spirit, Ree Palmer, Mariyah, as I know her.
Yes.
Mariyah is so many wonderful things. She is a wife, she is a friend, she is a lover of nature, she is a sister, she's a daughter, she's friend to so
Mm.
many beautiful people on this planet, and she's just someone who I love so dearly and so deeply. So thank you for joining us tonight and joining me tonight and
Oh.
welcoming my co-host in this effort to talk about soil,
Oh.
soul, and spirit and the connection between soil, soul, and spirit. And I think that it's always the right time to talk about, you know, cultivating calm, right? But in the world that we are living in now, and we all know what that world is, the world of rapid change, the world of uncertainty, the world of a million different things happening at the same time, I can't think of a more important time in recent times than now
Mhm.
to really speak about what it means to cultivate calm, what that would look like, what it would feel like, how to do that, how we even define that, and what are some of the tools that we can use? What are some of the tools that are at our immediate disposal
Yes.
every
Hmm.
single day to start cultivating a sense of calm and peace? And what Mariyah said to me before we even went on camera is clarity, right? So I want to start off
Mm.
right there. First, Mariyah, again, thank you for like signing on full body yes, saying you gave a full body yes.
How couldn't I?
This
How
go.
couldn't I? Angel is truly just that, and she has been that in my life. And I'm so grateful that we are doing this together. We did um, a podcast together, I think, fall of last year.
Hmm.
But now we'll be back with you guys every third Thursday of every month.
Yes,
It is such a pleasure to be here. I
thank
am a
you.
lover of life. I am a lover of love and authenticity. And I care to extend that knowledge, the things that I've learned and will continue to learn with you all. So it is just such a pleasure to be here. And again, yes, these are conversations that need to be had
Yes.
given what times we're in.
Exactly,
Definitely.
exactly. Yep. Mariyah, I want to kick us off. Our conversation
Yeah.
is cultivating calm, preparing your garden and mind for growth. And we know that the garden can be the outdoor garden, it can be the
Mhm.
indoor garden.
Yes.
Your passion of all passions, of course, is the indoor space, the lived space.
Oh, yes.
But I want to just ask you because you said this before we went on camera. You were like,
Mhm.
what is calm? What is mental clarity? How do we even
Mm.
define that? For you personally, what does it look like? What does
Mm.
it feel like? How do we define it?
Mm. I think it could be defined in many different ways depending on the person, but I will speak specifically to me. It means feeling in balance.
Hmm.
It means feeling not in overdrive. It means feeling like I'm in the best place to be and create the best future me, which is my goal every single day. And when you're in a space of mental clarity and balance, whether that be physically, hormonally, whatever the case, spiritually, so much healthy, so many healthy things grow from that. I
Yeah.
think that is the foundation of everything,
Hmm.
right? That's how
Hmm.
you make sound decisions. That's how you treat your partner with the utmost respect, even when maybe you don't agree. That's how you handle hard conversations with yourself, even
Hmm.
is mental clarity. It's that balance and awareness of self and kind of always knowing how to return home,
Yes.
right? Because things are not always clear. Things
Hmm.
are meant, right? But
Hmm.
there's always an opportunity to return to this balance of mental clarity. So I see it as a space that's not foggy and breeds beautiful things.
Exactly. And I agree with you. And I love that you mentioned like coming back home. There's a book that I love that is
Oh,
Wherever You Go, There You Are, right? And it's
sounds
really
nice.
that this is my home, right? This is my
Hmm.
first home. Like the planet and the earth, of course, that's home, but also this is my physical home. So how do
Yes.
I bring myself back home? And when
Yes.
we when we're not calm, right? We're not in that place of home because we're projecting. We're thinking about yesterday, we're thinking about tomorrow, we're
Hmm.
thinking about next year, what's going to happen
It's
if,
something from the outside
right?
coming in to sway
Right.
you, and it's your job to recalibrate and sort of adjust to maintain homeostasis
Exactly.
again.
Exactly. And to bring
Hmm.
ourselves back home and being, and we're going to talk about like plants being rooted and grounded, but
Hmm.
we too have the ability to be rooted and grounded, right? And to
Absolutely.
have our feet firmly planted. And I love that you mentioned too that the things that are growing as a result of this
Yes.
clarity. And I know
Yes.
one thing for you, like mornings are
Yeah.
very, very precious time for you because
Oh,
you
I
wake up
love my
and
mornings.
yes, you do. I don't know anyone who loves mornings as much
Favorite
as
time of
you.
day.
It's
I
your
love today
favorite
now too.
time.
This is still a good time, guys, but I do love mornings.
Yeah, yeah, you love mornings. And tell us a bit about when you said like intention, like starting your day intentionally. And again, I'm just going to keep throwing
Yeah.
this out here, folks, because we do have
Oh,
a
yes.
orientation issue. So if you're on
Mhm.
Insta watching us and you don't see both of us, if you would like to join us and watch us on YouTube, you can just go to youtube.com/
Yeah.
at Siva Health Group, Siva
Yeah.
Health Group. Okay, so yes, tell us about
Yes.
your mornings.
So morning, I see them as like morning rituals, right? Practices. And I'd say over on and off, but over the past year or two, I've been very serious about those practices because that is what creates, again, this like mental stability and clarity. Any fogginess that may have existed from the day prior. It's important to implement practices that work for you, try them. So these are just ones that work for me. So I'll just say a few because I could go on for a while.
Yes.
Um, so for me, right, naturally when we wake up, sometimes in this notification ever moving world, it's
Yes.
like, oh, let's look at our phone. Let's see what texts we've missed overnight, emails, calls. I absolutely do not do that anymore.
Hmm.
And my goal is to walk right into my living room, where is the brightest in our home, and greet the sun. And typically, I am grateful. I don't usually use alarm clocks. I just wake up usually when the sun's coming up, which is a little later now. I'm grateful for it nonetheless. And really like greeting the sun. And two, sometimes they'll do like sun salutations if you're familiar with yoga.
Yep.
Um, so really just saying hello to her. I always check in with our leopard gecko, Jazz, and give him a little fake kiss. But something I do even before I leave the bed is just putting my hand on my chest And if anything's in the way, so you could even see me do that now. If anything's in the way, I move it because I don't want anything to be in between. And then something on right on my stomach, my belly.
Mhm.
And I perform really deep belly breaths.
Mm.
And I fill my whole stomach, my whole chest cavity up, and I breathe out. And I could do that for a while. I feel so comfortable there.
Mhm.
And I hope maybe you even tried that just
Mhm.
now. See,
Mhm.
but my words are even slowing.
Yes.
There's so much power in our breath. It's
Yes.
the very first thing that we do. So I encourage you when you wake up in the morning, remind yourself that it's the very first thing, well, that you're consciously doing that morning too,
Mhm.
but just naturally through your day. And it's a way to recenter. So that's really important.
Mhm.
Um, Fruit intake, either my husband or I will make each other like yogurt bowls. So eating something really nutritious. And just this past, maybe 6 months ago or so, my friend Magenta encouraged me to start dancing for 5 minutes
Oh,
in the
wow.
morning. Just turning on
Wow.
some songs, whether, right, maybe you have a partner and you can't be loud at 7 a.m., but putting an AirPod in and moving your hips, there's so much like pent up energy and things that we hold and store. And using this time as an opportunity to just free yourself and express yourself and move in ways that maybe you wouldn't if other people were watching. So I have many things, but that's a few.
Mhm.
But even incorporating one of these things, it's amazing the difference
Yep.
that you show up, right? That
Mhm.
you show up for yourself and
Mhm.
you advocate for yourself through the day. The way that you interact with your partner, your family, your coworkers, right? Creating this balance before you even
Exactly.
step out of your home.
Before you
So
even
it's
get
important.
going. Exactly. And I
Hmm.
love how intentional you are. And it's not like you're just pulling these things out to have something to do. It's intentional because, like you said, taking that deep breath from a
Yep.
sciency perspective, you're slowing
Hmm.
your heart rate down. You know, you're definitely going to lower your blood pressure. You're centering your
Hmm.
mind in the moment. You're getting rooted and you're
Yep.
getting grounded.
Hmm.
And you're right. Like it's these habits that we have of jumping out of the bed, checking the phone, looking at, they're habits, right?
Yeah.
Anything that we start, we can stop. Anything that we
Hmm.
stop, we can start again.
Yes.
So if you're one
We're
of
ever
these
learning,
people,
ever changing.
ever
Hmm.
learning, ever changing, and if you're one of these people who's like feeling guilty right now, like, oh my God, I
Hmm.
do that all the time. Well, today is a wonderful day to start
It's an
anew, start
opportunity.
afresh,
It's an
right?
opportunity.
An opportunity. Like you
Yeah.
can say right now, you know what? That's such a great idea, what she mentioned. Tomorrow morning is going to
Yep.
be the first day of the rest of my life that I start doing,
And I promise you won't
intentional
regret it.
practices. You won't regret it. You will
Your
not
whole
regret it.
self, every
Yep.
part of you
Yep.
will thank you for being intentional about that time.
Yes.
It's very important. Even if it's you can't do it all, maybe it usually all these things take 30 minutes. Maybe
Hmm.
you only have 10 that day.
Hmm.
Focus on the ones that make you feel most grounded, but you have to start
You
with
have to
something.
start somewhere. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I love how you have this like intentional placement of your hands because we know that
Hmm.
this is a very powerful region. Our solar plexus here over the
Yep.
belly and the heart chakra, those areas are very, very powerful energy centers. And so just
Mm-hmm.
placing that hand there, and as you said, if there's anything blocking, just whether it be jewelry or your
Hmm.
nighttime clothing or whatever the case may be, but
Yep.
just hand to heart, hand over that solar plexus, and you'd be surprised, honestly, what you can do to move these energies around in your body. So
Mm,
I love that you
I
mentioned
love that.
that intentional practice. So I want to
Yeah.
ask this because we're talking about like soil, soul, and spirit. How do you marry
Mhm.
these two things together? Because your home is filled with plants, like filled with
Ah,
plants, right? And so
it is.
cultivating that calm, I mean, I know the answer to this, but I'd love for you to share.
Yeah.
What do plants do for us that sort of create that calm environment. Or like
Yes.
we
Mhm.
know all the years over the years, over the especially over the time of the pandemic, everybody's all about,
Yeah.
let's just get plants and fill our home with plants. But
Yeah.
energetic, can you
Save more
speak
time.
to energetically what plants do that really
Mhm.
create? What messages do they, I mean, is
Oh,
there anything that
they
they
do
are
so
actually
much.
doing?
They have so much to say. Right now, I'll even say they're clapping for me because it's a blessing that I even have opportunities such as this to speak with you about how great they are and the impact they've made. So right now I know they're clapping. But um I will say, right, I think first it's important to recognize that we are a part of nature, right? And there is something to say about the feel. We are 1 month away from spring, from March 20th, the spring equinox. We're almost there.
Almost there.
But everyone is crawling, right? There's something to say about that feeling that you feel when you intentionally drive to the park and you walk, you may not even get out the car yet. And your heart, you're just in complete awe of the greenery in front of you. There's something natural to say and exciting to say about that connection, that whether you are a houseplant person or not, we all are connected in some form. And I will say, from my experience, the deeper and more self aware I've become over the years, the more plants I've acquired.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't struggle taking care from them. It's a joy, that interaction, this energy exchange, right? They're always teaching me something. It's an opportunity to see yourself in them,
Mm-hmm.
to go, I haven't been giving you the best conditions to grow. No wonder you're not growing. How could I be mad at
Mm.
you? There are
Mm.
times where I've been very good lately, but there's been times this season that I have, you get doubtful, you may be grieving, you may be hurting, you may be navigating something hard, and the
Mm-hmm.
plants suffer as a result.
Mm-hmm.
But what I forget, and this switch gets flipped sooner than it used to, but interacting with them is what heals me and what reminds me that it's okay to go through seasons and changes and maybe not pop out 4 leaves every month
Mm-hmm.
when that may be your usual. I see myself in them,
Mm-hmm.
and I care to, again, with these different practices and things, I care to create a very good foundation, right?
Yes.
That being the soil, and
Yes.
fertilizing myself and
Mm-hmm.
watering myself and giving myself humidity to produce the best
Mm-hmm.
me,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we're all here to grow, thrive, mature, and that's what they're doing.
Yes.
So I think seeing that parallel, being able to feel connected into to them in that way, it's amazing.
It is.
It's even in your office space. Like, I take care of plants in many different areas, and um, a woman, Carly, she is not really a plant person. And I came in today and she goes, "There's a new leaf, Mariyah. There's a new leaf." There's something to say. You get
Yep.
to watch things grow and change around you, and it reminds you that you're growing and changing too. And whatever that looks like in
Mm-hmm.
that season, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I see a very direct correlation, but it wasn't something I feel I always was as aware of
Mm-hmm.
as I am now. It's grown,
Yeah. And you said,
definitely grown.
oh, without a doubt. And I agree with you on so many fronts. I'm going to pull back in my memory what you were saying about,
Hmm.
because people, I'm sure, say, how do you take care of so many plants? It is a
Yeah.
joy. It is an absolute joy. For me, anyhow, it is a real joy. I
I'm a
used to have,
nurturer.
yes,
You're a nurturer.
you're a nurturer, right? I'm a
Hmm.
nurturer. But I'll tell you this,
Hmm.
I used to feel very badly when a plant would die. I've not had
Yep.
many die, but I've lost, and especially over this last year,
Hmm.
I actually messaged you when my beloved jade plant
Oh,
was
yes. Oh,
really struggling. This plant was
how
a
are
gift.
they?
Well, let me just say,
Oh, gosh.
this plant was a real, it was a gift to me prior to the
Yes,
pandemic.
I
Doing
remember.
doing well, and
It's thriving.
as
Yes.
we progress with our third Thursdays chats, we're going to talk about plant care and things like this. But I'm going
Yeah.
to be honest with you. I made far too many assumptions about my jade plant. I probably was too heavy-handed on the water. It suffered root
So
rot.
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
it suffered root rot. And I'll never forget messaging you like, Mariah, I cannot believe this plant is dying. I felt so, I'm just,
Because you're
I felt,
connected to it.
yes, I am,
You
we're
feel that.
connected to our
Yep.
plant. And I felt like it was a reflection on my like lack of awareness and just
Mm.
making assumptions and all this other thing. And I'll never forget what you said to me. You said, you and a friend of mine said,
Mm-hmm.
Angel, you save, you're at the, based on what you're showing me, you
Mm-hmm.
save what can be saved. You,
Mm.
you
Mm-hmm.
save what can be saved.
Mm-hmm. Use what
And
you have.
you use what you have. And I think metaphorically, when we think about this from a place of calm,
Mm-hmm.
like there comes a point where we've got to calm down, right? Like no matter what's going on in the world around
Yep.
us, the world with it, we save what can be saved.
Mm-hmm.
We use what we have, and you gave me the steps. You said, Angel, I want you to put it in water, and then
Yep.
you can do like air, just air, like lay it out, and sprinkle
Mm-hmm.
some water. And you gave me the steps. And I'm going to
Yep.
tell you, I'm going to be honest with you.
Please.
I was not confident because I was like, if I
I
put
need to.
it in water and it's got root rot, how is that going to help matters?
I
So,
get that question a lot. That's
right.
funny. And I can, but go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So here
I
again, I
can't wait
want
to
to draw
hear.
this parallel between the lives that we're living and the plants, right? When our
Yes.
plants are struggling and having a hard time, we start
Mm-hmm.
thinking all the, oh, maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that. We do the same thing. Maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that.
Yep.
Right now, I'm having conversations with people. Maybe I should move out of the country. Maybe I should do this. We've got to
Yep.
calm
Everyone
ourselves
calm down.
down,
You have
right?
a beautiful home. You have a lot to work with.
Right. So to
But
draw that parallel, I really had to realize my plant is struggling right now. It's
mhm,
not going to help my plant for me just to be all over the
to worry
place,
too.
to worry, to
You
project this.
need
Yeah,
that's an opportunity
yeah,
to breathe deeply and go, what is the best way to handle this? Is reaching out for help.
it's
And that's what you
reaching out for
did. So
help.
I'm really
And that's
happy
what
you
I
did.
did. Yeah. So I
So
took
tell
care
me,
of
how is
that.
it?
This plant is thriving. How do
Perfect.
you wind up with too many plants? You
Yep.
wind up with too many plants
Because you
when
propagate
you
them.
are propagating, right? And that's what you taught
Yes.
me. I
Hmm.
must have about 15 jade plants, okay?
Can I
Because
have one?
of course,
So I
of
have, I
course.
don't know how many plants. Can I tell you, I don't have one jade plant.
Now
I
that I didn't
love them.
realize that.
I
I
know
didn't
everyone
realize that.
assumes. I actually, yeah, that's
So
okay. I was,
I did
but
exactly
yeah,
what you told me to do.
hmm,
And I put a little in some soil. I put
yeah,
a few of the leaves in some soil. I
yep,
put a few of the leaves in some water. And
yep.
then I put a few of them, I just laid them flat and I've been misting them. I must have
And
at
the roots are
least
crazy.
15
Yeah,
jade plants.
because they want to be here,
They want
right?
to
They're
be here.
persistent. They're
Yeah.
just like us. Like I don't know. I see myself so much in them, but they're so persistent and they want to be here and they're fighting for that. So you fight with them and you help give them the things that they need, right? So
Exactly.
you're doing it, but also a lot of intention goes into that. You care, you
Mhm.
care. So it's important again to remember this this parallel between us and their health is direct. I think often mine is correlated with my plants. How they're
Absolutely.
doing is how I'm doing.
Absolutely. And I
So
don't
and they're
know.
doing great. They're doing great.
Right. And like you said, I don't know if you remember the text exchange, but I
I
just was
remember, and
like,
I remember sending you a voice message.
yes,
I remember because I could feel your emotion through it, but I understand. I definitely like empathize with that. I understand. So I was like, firstly, everything's fine, Angel, it's gonna work out. But I can imagine, oh, I'm so
no,
happy it's doing well.
yes.
But
So
yes,
I have all of these plants, and that's the parallel I want to be able to highlight is that we cannot create from a place of chaos.
and
We
panic,
cannot innovate. We cannot explore. We cannot navigate
make
from a
sound
place.
decisions,
We
anything.
cannot do, nothing grows from a place of chaos,
Mm.
lack of calm, lack of
Ooh,
clarity.
I like that.
Nothing grows from that. And so, whether we're talking
Mm.
about our plants, and them suffering or them thriving or them now coming into their spring season where they're going to start blooming, we've got to
Yeah.
prepare them for their
Hmm.
season of bloom and growth, just as we're preparing ourselves for that season of bloom and growth. So, can you share
Hmm.
what preparation should we be doing for our plants? And what
Oh,
preparation can we be doing for ourselves? Because, like you said, spring is
oh,
coming.
yes.
Z said spring is coming. Magenta said, I
We
can't
are
wait.
1 month
People are
away.
ready, but we
So
do
it's
need to prepare
2/20.
ourselves, right?
We do,
Yeah.
right? It's one thing to be excited for a trip or an event, but you need to prepare for it. You need to take the time to be sure you packed everything that you need to. You have an itinerary for what you're going to do. You have to go in with a plan. So I see seasons as different like opportunities to encourage us to prepare and be intentional about what's next. So I'm a little biased. Spring is my favorite, spring and summer, but spring more so is my favorite season. The spring equinox is on March 20th, which is also my grandfather William's birthday. And I'm
Yes.
so excited that he's been on this earth this long, and I get to share his. He gets to share his wisdom with me. I love him.
Mhm.
Um, but spring is a beautiful opportunity of blooming and growth and all of those things. But before we're looking for this end result or looking forward to this season, there's a lot of preparation I think that should take place. When it comes to your plants, firstly, I hope your humidifiers are on. It's
Yes.
20 degrees outside and our heat is blasting. The air is so dry. So,
Hmm.
not only would your plant appreciate a humidifier, but your skin would too. You
Hmm.
would appreciate more water in the air. We need that. So, a humidifier, being consistent with fertilizing, if you don't already, and using a natural fertilizer during any period of transition, right? When things are changing and it's weird, sometimes we need a little bit more vitamins, we need a little bit more nutrients, a little bit more self care. And you need to think the same with plants. So, fertilizing, typically, I suggest once a month and
Hmm.
using a natural fertilizer. Um, Especially too, another thing, as our duration of light is getting longer, doing your best to keep your leaves clean. So even if you're wiping them with an old sock that has a hole in it or paper towel or whatever you're using, wiping your leaves down, because naturally in our homes they're stagnant, the plants are stagnant and they're not getting any water or wind getting dirt and stuff off their leaves. So being intentional about trying to keep the leaves clean, so they can photosynthesize their best, the best they can. Um, and I think again, this extra like care
Hmm.
and staying consistent with that in these seasons of transition, right? As energy is shifting, it's important to nourish ourselves. So I feel like you, Angel, I would love to hear about ways that you nourish yourself in this transition, in
Hmm.
this prep work
Hmm.
that is so like crucial.
Yeah. I love the things that you said, cleaning leaves,
Hmm.
getting the dust off. One of the things we've got to be intentional about is clutter release,
Yes,
cleaning and
I've been
clearing
doing that.
the clutter in
Wow,
our
that's a lovely
life.
parallel. I'm
It
doing that. That's crazy. So just
clutter,
got. Hmm.
let me
That's
tell you,
crazy.
nothing will create mental a lack
Mm,
of mental clarity like clutter. Whenever
mm.
my life gets crazy and whenever it feels like
Wow.
it's out of balance or out of control, I know
Yeah.
that there's clutter somewhere. And I also know it's a clear sign to me that I've lost sight of what is important. Because if
Mm.
everything is important, nothing is important. Everything can't be important, right? You lose
That was
the
amazing.
sacred quality of
Wow.
things. I mean, when you stop and think about and
Mm.
say, what are your favorite black shoes? Well, you probably can't say because you probably have 15 of them, right?
That's an
So it's
issue.
like when we
Yeah.
just start whittling away and clearing out the clutter, it is
Hmm.
one of the most powerful things we
Just
can do.
keeping things around you that serve you
Right.
and getting rid of the rest,
And get rid of the rest. And
or
I know that
donate and,
donate,
you know,
exactly,
yeah,
donate, throw
give to a friend.
away,
Yeah.
upcycle,
Hmm.
recycle. But like this is the perfect time, and I'll tell you, decluttering is very overwhelming. I know because I've been there. But if we just take it like one drawer at a time,
Yep.
one room at a time, last
That's how
weekend
I
I
think
went
of
through my
things.
bathroom drawer and I was like, oh my God,
Why
how
do
is
I
it
have
that
all
I
of these
have,
things?
right, why do I have 15 nail files
Hmm.
and, all these colors of nail polish that I'm never going to use again, so this
Yeah.
is it. And now I open that drawer and it's like such a
Hmm.
relief to be able to
Hmm.
just reach for the very thing that I need. It makes my day get off
Hmm.
to a better start.
Clarity.
Clarity. I'm
Clarity.
clear about I love these three MAC lipsticks or these
Ooh.
three whatever from Ulta or whatever the case, and I can
Hmm.
get rid of things. So I think the
Yep.
first and
I
foremost
like
to
that.
cultivate that calm in our lives,
Hmm.
we've got to clear away the clutter and get
And I think that clutter too sometimes can be mental
oh, without a doubt.
too. Oh.
Clutter mentally.
Hmm.
Here's another thing, and we should talk about this
Hmm.
social media clutter. How many people are you following that you
Oh my
never speak
gosh.
to, that you don't interact with, that know
Yep.
nothing about your lives?
Or don't serve this season of, they just don't serve where you are at all.
Where
I went
you
on
are.
a recent unfollowing spree and I feel so good about it. And
Exactly.
I have some more to do.
Same here.
But
I mean, same
yeah,
here.
too, speaking to this like social media clutter, I encourage everyone to take steps away amidst all of these. I don't like to spend too much time speaking about this, but all of these like headlines we're seeing almost
Yes.
every other day,
Yes.
whether it's a plane, whether it's a law, whether it's a, I encourage you to log out.
Hmm.
I deleted Instagram off of my phone because there is no point during my day when I should be focused. Should I be aware of what he's doing and she's doing in this headline? It's just not, I don't need that. I'm decluttering my brain actively.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be there. So it's only on my iPad and it's for 15 minutes morning and night if
There
I
you go.
want,
There you go.
but there's a limit
There
because
you
you
go.
have to protect yourself
You
here
have to.
and remain focused on all that is going to come of your life. Focus on just being a better you,
Exactly.
caring for your community in the best way you can, advocating
Hmm.
when you can,
Yes.
doing everything you can, but protecting yourself. And again,
Yes.
nothing good, like sound decisions do not come from chaos
No, they don't.
or lack of clarity. So you have to just take that time to be still, choose yourself,
Yes.
stop
Yes.
doom scrolling,
Right. Choose when you're choose.
read,
You know,
but not the phone.
someone said this the other day, and I really do
Hmm.
believe this. There was a time when breaking news was breaking, but we can't have
Mm.
breaking news all day long.
If it's
It stopped
all,
being breaking news and it became
wow.
entertainment because it's all day long, right?
Mm.
And so this is not any
Wow.
suggestion to anyone to, you know, not be informed. It's about choosing how and when you're going to be informed. And like you said,
Hmm.
you know what?
Mm.
It's there's no
Never
point
thought of
in
that.
my day when I need all of that
No.
information. Like that's not
No, we were never made for
no,
that.
no.
We used to, and I'm trying to incorporate these things in my life slowly, but we used to walk around barefoot in the forest. We
Yeah,
used to touch and climb trees. Now kids, they don't do that. They
yeah,
want their tablets, right? And
yeah,
it's this active effort to return to home, just like what
yes.
we started with.
Where we
Our
started.
home, that is
Yeah,
natural dopamine and serotonin. It
yeah,
it comes from interaction with nature in many forms, not just plants, animals, community, your friends,
exactly.
your partner,
Exactly.
right?
So,
But
yep. Clear
not the
that
phone,
clutter out.
not this device that stores, oh my gosh, it stores way too much.
Way too
Sometimes, oh,
much.
there's William.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just throw it. I don't need it. I don't need my
Yeah.
phone.
There's no point in
But
your
I'm
day where you
thankful that
need
it
that
gives us
much
opportunities
information.
like this. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And,
So
and
choose
for
yourself.
me, yep. And for me, for me, it's I'll tell you, you mentioned
Mhm.
Instagram. For me, it's LinkedIn. I'm like, what am I doing here?
Mhm.
I mean, these are connections. I mean, seriously, it's like I don't know. And the point that I'm making about this, not I don't want to this. I'm not saying this disparagingly. What I'm saying
Mhm.
is when you are when your brain is filtering all day long,
Mhm.
it's filtering a lot of things, right? But when it's filtering unneeded information,
Clutter.
things that are not, helpful to your survival, to your thriving and whatnot, that's
Mhm.
a lot of mental filtering.
Mhm.
We are not, the human brain is not as evolved as we like to think it is. We were not, this brain was
Mhm.
not meant to take in this much information. And what happens is, as you're filtering through
Mm.
people you don't know, you're not connected to, you have no relationship with, but you're
Mhm.
steadily processing what they're saying. You're processing what they're
It's
doing.
too
You're
much.
processing what's happening in their
It's too
lives.
much. What I see is it's just too much exterior.
Right. And it's akin to us taking, with the plants, it's akin to us
Mhm.
just taking a can of water and just doing this. You can
Yeah,
overwater a plant. You can kill a plant with more water,
with too much.
with
Yep,
too
with too
much of
much. There's a
anything.
balance that needs
Right.
to exist. So yes,
Yep.
you want to be aware, but you don't want to be overwhelmed. I keep saying that. I want to be aware, but I don't want to be overwhelmed. So as
Right.
soon as I feel like I'm teetering, I run the other way
Exactly.
because I
Yep.
deserve that balance.
You deserve
I
that.
don't need to know that much.
So I'm going to
But
say cleaning and clearing and then
yeah.
fertilizing. As we're
Mhm.
talking about feeding our plants, fertilizing our bodies nutritionally, right? So we're coming
Yes,
out
yes.
of a winter season where our bodies have
Mhm.
been holding on, for energy because we've got some
Mhm.
cold days and all these things. Now is the time as we're transitioning to a new
Mhm.
season. Let's make sure that we give our immune system, there is an immune system in the brain, there's an immune system in the heart, there's
Yep. A gut.
immune cells throughout our whole body. So as
Mhm.
we're transitioning to the new season, let's make sure that our immune support is strong, right?
Mm.
Because we've still got viruses in the air. We've still got, you
Yes.
know, temperatures that are going up and then going down and then going up. And so when we don't have that thermal regulation, like you were saying
Mm. Mhm.
with the heat and with the humidifier and things like that,
Yes.
we
Yep.
need to get that thermal regulation
Mm.
for ourselves as well
Yeah.
and make sure
I
that
love
this
that.
immune system regulation
Mhm.
can, meet the winter, meet the spring, so that we just have that natural sort of
Yeah.
moving into the new season.
Mhm.
How
I
we do
love
that?
that. Mhm.
Stay hydrated. If you want to do the most
Mhm.
important thing for your brain, water, water, water,
Mhm.
water. Like your
Water,
brain,
electrolytes.
electrolytes,
Mhm.
100%. Make
Mhm.
sure that you are getting those important brain nutrients,
Yep.
to feed your brain. And you mentioned dopamine and
Mhm.
serotonin, amino acids.
Mhm.
Amino acids are so important for those are the building blocks for
Yep.
dopamine, serotonin,
Mhm.
oxytocin, norepinephrine, epinephrine.
I'm
All of
excited
these
even
things.
hearing these. I don't know. Sorry. Keep
Yeah.
going. I'm
So
like, wow, these are really good. I'm feeling them. Yep.
proteins,
Yeah.
guys. Give your
Caring for
brain those
yourself.
proteins. Yeah.
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 It's important every day and but especially in times of transition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in times of transition, you want to
Yeah.
be giving your brain those healthy foods,
Mhm.
water, water, water. Do not
Mhm.
put yourself in a place of dehydration because, again,
No.
dehydration, brain fog, confusion,
Mhm.
overactive nervous system, just
Yep.
all the things that are not, allowing for fertile soil or,
Yeah.
just
Mhm.
giving yourself
Optimal
that
growth.
foundation, optimal growth.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Um, so we talked about preparation, we talked about clarity. Okay,
Mhm.
if now specifically for the plants, for those people who say,
Okay.
I'm not a plant person, when I hear that, it just makes me laugh. I get it what people mean, but
Uh,
it makes me laugh. For those people
I
who
hear it
say,
so much.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
I'm not a plant person, and I'm like, it just makes me laugh when people say that. I don't know why, but it does. And I think it just comes from a place of fear. So for those
Yes.
people who are
Mhm.
listening in and
That's
saying,
real.
I always wanted to get into plants, I don't even know
Yeah.
where to start.
Mhm.
Spring is a wonderful time, lots of plant
Yes.
shops, having classes and things like this. Where
Mhm.
would you recommend people just get started if they've been feeling, ooh,
Mm.
terrified?
Yeah. I
What's
think it's
How do
a
they even
beautiful
get started?
place to want to try something new and
Hmm.
learn something new. Um, it's definitely possible. I hear every day. Um, yes, I'm not a plant person. I have a black thumb. My mom has the green thumb. I'll just so many different variations of that. But you're right. It's coming from a people are operating in a space of fear and anxiety because you just don't know, and that's okay. I understand. I think analogies and again drawing like pictures and parallels helps people really understand. So what a cactus needs is the exact opposite of a fern. If you know you have very sunny spots in your home, maybe just start with a cactus that you know only has to be watered once a month. It
Hmm.
won't prick you unless you touch it. Don't be worried about it. Maybe you want something really leafy and dark. Maybe you want a floor plant. I'd suggest a snake plant. Everyone knows snake plants.
Yes.
A ZZ plant, any sort of Dracaena, very like low light tolerant. But kind of note these places in your home or your workspace that you'd really appreciate some greenery there.
Hmm.
You're like, the art's just not doing it. Oh, I've only got so much furniture. I don't need to create a clutter pile there. A nice green plant? I promise you will walk into that room and it'll be the first thing that you see. It'll be the first thing that you see. So,
Yes.
starting with plants that are very, whether you have a lot of sun or you have a little sun, depending on the space in the room, just a very like hardy, leafy tropical. So again, that's like snake plants, ZZ, Dracaena. I'd honestly pothos. They never want.
Hmm.
Well, I could go on for a while, right? Because
Hmm.
there's a lot of plants that are really
Hmm.
easy, but it's all about learning.
Yes.
And just like you take the time to better learn your job, to acquire different degrees or certifications, or you care to better your marriage and you're having very intentional conversations and you're always learning about your partner, you want, if you want to have plants, know that you like want to learn about them.
Yes.
So if those plants I listed don't, you look at them and you're not very attracted to them, find the plant you are attracted to, and then, well, you could always reach out to me directly and I'll tell you how to care about anything.
Yes,
but
she will.
find what calls you, right?
Hmm.
Because maybe that snake plant doesn't call you, but everyone keeps telling you to start with it. Don't do that then. Right?
Yeah.
Intuition's really strong. So yeah, there are some easy ones, but then also like see what speaks to you because you can learn. Right?
Yes.
Building that confidence, that's what gets rid, I think, confidence directly kind of like knocks fear and anxiety out the window. It
Hmm.
doesn't give an opportunity.
Hmm.
Hey, this may be new, but I know I can learn because I've learned hard things before. I've been
Yes.
saying that to myself lately.
Yes. And
it's
I would
it's
say
foreign, but you can do it.
yes. And to the point of our conversation tonight about
Mhm.
cultivating calm, there's something about learning new things that
Oh, I
induces a
love it.
sense of calm, I think. When we have something else to put our attention to, put our
Hmm.
focus to, again, all the things going on in the world, but when we have like a little project or a little something that
You
we're
have
working
control. It
on,
reminds you have control over your own reality.
there you go.
You control that
There
reality.
you go. There you go. I mean, that's like 10 essays right there, right? It
You can.
reminds you that you do have control over your reality, like your
Hmm.
immediate reality.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of plants. They're constantly changing, growing, going through new
Hmm.
seasons, things like this. And I would say this to your point to underscore what you're saying.
Hmm.
Walk through a shop, see what calls you, see
Yep.
what feels right for you. Take a picture of your space and go to the
Hmm.
plant care specialist there and say, hey, this is what my space looks like. And take three pictures. Take a picture in the morning and take a picture in the afternoon and the evening so
You
that
have
this
hit it on the head.
person, yeah,
So
can
I can see
see
how light travels through your space during the day.
exactly,
And
what
then you
kind of
start
space is
becoming more
this?
in touch with your natural environment.
Yep,
I
exactly.
think, oh, it's so funny. when I ask someone, when they go, "What kind of plants can live here?" And I go, "What way do your windows face?" And they don't even know what direction their
Right.
house faces. It's amazing to learn, okay, I know the sun sets this way,
Mm-hmm.
and I know I'm going to see it fall on the other side of my house, or maybe I only see it in the morning and then
Yep.
never again. That connection, right?
That
They
connection.
teach you. You would never. Some people would never open a compass in their home
Right.
unless they needed to know the direction of the where their windows face. But how cool is that?
How
And
cool is
to
that?
again
Yep.
put into perspective, we are on a this planet is beautiful. Recentering yourself. I
Recentering.
look for opportunities to do that
Yeah. And
anyway.
the things that you will learn through plants just from sheer
Hmm.
necessity of needing to know. So
Yeah.
that's another thing that, oh gosh, I have, 6 hours of sunlight. So you share that. So
Yep.
so just get your little
It's good.
notebooks out, get prepared for,
Hmm.
spring. Start taking some notes about where you'd like to have a plant, how much sunlight you have. Is
Hmm.
it a drafty window that could be there,
Yep.
or that kind of
Hmm.
thing? Because
Or a
come the winter,
radiator.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Whatever.
Come the
Yeah.
winter months, it might be a little bit of a problem. So we can
Hmm.
start preparing in that regard for
Yep.
bringing something new into our lives and doing it intentionally. And then
Hmm.
I'm going to take it another step further with plants. And I
Uh-huh.
know you will love this, Mariah.
Oh, I love it all already, but I'm
Get,
excited.
yeah, here's another thing for cultivating calm.
Hmm.
Get out a sheet of paper, go
Hmm.
get yourself some colored pencils and draw a picture of your plant.
Oh my
We're
gosh. I
so
love to
we're
do
so
that.
into like taking pictures with our phones and sharing them. What if
But
you
take
just did,
time.
yeah, what if you just did a portrait
I
of
was on a
your plant?
mindfulness walk. Oh my gosh. I was on a mindfulness walk and with my friends Jasmine and Deja, and I saw this leaf. And my automatic response, it was stunning. Like, I don't know. Well, there's a lot of leaves at the park. We went to Lake Roland. But I was starting to take out my phone, and then I go, I want my eyes to be the 4D version, my memory of this.
Yeah,
I can zoom in by simply getting closer, by interacting, right? It doesn't always have to be through this box. I
no,
love the idea of taking the time to like study the leaves and draw and like maybe sit in a little tree stump and
exactly.
maybe even just point out all the purple you see that day, which will be
Yep,
much easier to do come April, May. We're almost there. Or
yep,
maybe it's all the brown, the shade, the beautiful shades of brown there are in
mhm,
your environment. But
yep,
yeah, starting to just use these opportunities to create and really
exactly.
tune into where you are. It'll tune out anything else.
Yep,
It's so powerful.
it is.
But
And so
you have to
cultivating
do it.
calm.
Yeah.
When you're at home and you feel yourself like just, oh my God, so overwhelmed. You can get
Hmm.
yourself just a sheet of paper and you can just sketch a beautiful leaf. You can look and notice, gosh, let me look at the veins in this
Or
leaf. Let me look at the shape
whatever.
of this leaf.
Hmm.
That's another way of just of engaging with plants to
Hmm.
cultivate that sense of calm, that
Even
sense
just
of
touching them,
presence.
interacting with them. Some plants make
Yeah,
beautiful sounds when you like ruffle their leaves or shake them a certain way. The
absolutely.
ponytail palm is one of those. I love it. If you
Yeah,
close your eyes, it kind of sounds like rain sounds. Or what is that called? The rain. It's like a stick. My mom had one. Oh, I don't know how to describe it, but it makes rain sounds. But
okay.
anyway,
Yeah,
interacting with them in any form or using your
interacting.
senses, whether that's touch, whether that's smell, maybe the orchid or the jasmine or the lemon
Exactly.
tree smells really good. But yeah, they have so this multi-sensory experience, and the more that you use all that's available to you, right, which is so much, we're so
So much.
connected,
So much.
then you will enhance your entire perspective of
Exactly.
everything because you
Exactly.
see it for truly what it is and you only care to learn more. There's so
Exactly.
much
There's
magic
so much.
everywhere.
I was going to say there's so much
You too. It's
magic
just so much
everywhere.
magic. You just have to look for it. You have to have on
Yeah.
the right lens.
Yep.
And that may not be every day,
Mm-hmm.
but the goal, that should be the goal.
Right. And
Yeah.
especially as we're talking about just bringing it back home to our original intention, which is
Hmm.
how do we cultivate calm? How do we prepare our minds? every day is going to bring something new, a new challenge, maybe a
Yes.
new perspective, something.
Hmm.
But these are ways to incorporate soil, soul, spirit together to
Mm, I
engage
love
with
that.
nature, to bring the the plant kingdom into our lives in a very real
Hmm.
way, so
Wow.
that we can heal ourselves. You know that
Hmm.
we have the ability to heal our bodies, to heal our
Hmm.
minds,
We
to
absolutely do.
yes, and to
I think.
really, really make a difference, make
Hmm.
a difference in this world that we want to create for ourselves. You know,
Hmm.
no matter what's going on around us, we always have the ability to bring that back in
Yep.
and say, this is what I want to create for myself and for the people that I love and care for.
Hmm.
Right? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I like that.
Yeah.
Reminding yourself that the work is not just for you,
There
right?
you
But
go.
we are rather a part of a whole. We
That's right.
exist, we have the lens of our own, but we are part of a greater whole. So the
We
more
are.
work that you and more intention and calm you're cultivating, that effort that you're putting into yourself, it directly affects your community and
Absolutely.
make those interactions good ones,
Yep.
you
Absolutely.
know?
And we can do that with our plant friends. We can
Mhm.
do that intentionally, just one plant at a time. Allow yourself, as you go into this new season, to start thinking about
Mhm.
bringing plants into your life. Just give yourself permission just to start small, one small, step
Yes.
at a time. I
Mhm. One
highly
plant at
recommend
a time.
one plant at a time. Highly recommend. Don't be overzealous. Don't allow yourself to get, the social media to suck you
Be
into, oh, I
intentional.
want, yeah, exactly. I want this one. I want that one.
Mhm.
Because each one that
Mhm.
you bring into your life deserves your full love, care, and
Mhm.
attention.
Yeah.
And
To learn
allow
what it
yourself to be
needs.
calm. Exactly. Because you
Yeah.
will be overwhelmed if you have too many things that you don't know how to
Don't
care
understand.
for and don't understand,
Yeah.
and will feel badly when they are not thriving. You'll feel just as badly when they're not thriving as when you
Mhm.
yourself are not thriving. So,
Yep.
yeah. So I think this has been wonderful, Mariah. I really
This
do.
has
I
been
hope that those
amazing.
who have joined us tonight were able to take away some of those parallels that we offered. So,
Yes.
just to wrap it up, we just want to say
Mhm.
once again, first of all, thank you for joining us this evening. Join us next month. It's third Thursdays. I will figure out this
Yes,
orientation issue for
we will. Yes.
Instagram, but thank you for joining us tonight. Um, and yeah, leave us a message if you saw us on Instagram or if you
Mhm.
saw us on YouTube, wherever you're joining in. Leave us a message about something you'd like to learn about soil, about
Mhm.
soul, about spirit, about plants, plant care. We'd love to be able to answer your questions and meet you exactly where you are. I'm going to shout her
Absolutely.
out. Mariah is she's not gonna want me to say this, but I have to say it. She is the expert. She is like,
Oh, I
oh
love
my
it.
God,
Thank
like
you.
everything I thought I knew about plants. Like I just sit at her feet and listen, and I'm just like, oh my God, I have so much that I learned from her.
Guys,
So I will
I
say,
know it can seem intimidating. Angel,
yes.
you're doing amazing. And I'm always here to answer any question you have. And that goes for everyone. I truly am grateful to have turned what was a passion
Hmm.
into literally a career. And
Yeah.
I'm in the position to really jumpstart this to being the trajectory of the remainder of my life. Actually, I love this. I plan to
Yes.
be around plants and encourage people making connections with them the rest of my life. It's my favorite thing to do. So truly, any questions that you have, any advice you're looking for, and although yes, I love plants, I'm also growing every single day myself and learning a lot, and things get scary, and we have community to talk out
Hmm.
different methods to again cultivating calm and the best environments to grow. So I'm a student of this life.
Yes, you are.
So
You
yes,
are.
I've got a
You're
lot to
doing it
teach you
right.
about plants, but I'm sure I can learn a lot from you too. Anyone, we all have a lot
Yes.
to teach each other. So
Yes. So
I'm very
reach
grateful
out.
for you, Angel.
I am, oh my gosh. I love you
Very
so much.
grateful for
I
you.
love you so, so, so much. So much. I mean, for the rest of your life, you're going to hear me tell you how much I love you.
Oh,
So just be
the
prepared.
next life too. Let's not be silly. We'll
Yeah.
see each other there too.
Yes. So, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Mariah, my love to William. Tell him I said
Yes,
hello.
I
Enjoy your
will.
evening. Yes. And everyone, thank you so much for joining in. We absolutely appreciate you and your support so very much. It means the
Thank
world to us.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful night.
Bye.
Bye bye. Oh gosh, let's
Oh,
see here.
yay.
We'll end our live video there.
Is it over?
And yep, hold on. I'm gonna go ahead
Oh.
and end. Right. Let's
Well,
see.
I love you all. This is great.
Yep.
I'm so happy.
Yay.
Okay, are we going
I think we are off of
from the
live. Yep,
public
we're
eye?
off of